do better. We only get a Mustang with a V8. Let's talk about it. What is going on, YouTube? I am back with another video, and welcome to part 3 of 4 of finding out what is the best American V8 ever produced from the factory. Today, we're gonna be talking about Ford, and I'm a little disappointed, although I'm not the biggest Ford guy. I thought I was gonna have more options with V8s from Ford, but you only get the Mustang and really one truck. And normally, when you only do one thing, you're really, really good at it, just like a restaurant, right? Like Cafe Du Monde does beignets and beignets only, and they're really, really good at it. But to me, Ford only having really on one V8, which is the Mustang, different kind of versions of it, I don't know. But let me take the bias out of it, and we're gonna be judging the Mustangs off of a few things. Looks, performance, price, modability, I made that word up, sound. And then we're gonna be making it on an S tier, of course, A through F, and giving it a grade. And in the next video, we're gonna take all the S tier vehicles, put them together, and show you guys what is the best American-made V8 in 2026. So let's start with our Mustangs, Ford's poster child outside of the Ford GT, which is a V6 twin turbo, if you didn't know that. We have the S550 and the S650 5.0 Mustangs. These are the everyday Mustangs that you see on the street that like to try and bully Scat Packs, the SSs and so forth. The crazy, crazy loud Corsa and an intake and 85, and now I make 700 wheel horsepower cars, right? So for me, I'm gonna take the bias out of it. I think some of the Mustangs look okay, but they're gonna go, for me, a 3 out of 5. Performance, that 5.0 Coyote motor does actually pretty well, NA and boosted. So I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 5. Price, used and new, I've never seen a crazy, crazy expensive Mustang outside of your GTD and your GT500. So for me, price, Ford, shout out to you guys, 4 out of 5. And then of course, modability, Midnight Performance, Velocity Motorsports is a new up-and-coming shop down in Georgia. But of course, Ford's been around long enough that they have superchargers, twin turbo kits, Hellion twin turbo kits and Whipples and so forth. So modability, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5, but here's where I'm gonna kill you guys, sound. Rather, these long tube catless 5.0 Mustangs sound terrible. They're way too raspy. You know a Mustang exhaust from a mile away, which if you're a Mustang fan, that's great. But for me, the S550 and 650, your 5.0, is a B tier car. There's nothing fancy about it. The interiors aren't the best, but it is a good base model starting V8 for sure. Then we have our Shelby GT350, your V8 manual car that you can still get. It updated the body style a little bit, but for me, looks, performance, and price are still the same. The GT350 is kind of like the mid-range for obviously between the 5.0 and getting to the GT500. If you want a manual car, it's great. So performance-wise, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 because it is manual. It takes away some of the things that you can do and really focuses on more of a road track at that point because dig racing in a stick car is a lot harder than you actually think. So for me, the GT350 is a C tier car. Not because it's manual, but I think it's just not enough of a jump of the 5.0, and I think they could get rid of the GT350 and come out with a new body style of something that's totally different, but that's just my opinion if I was Ford. GT500, shout out to my guy Ken, who actually owns one of the sickest GT500s that I have ever seen. They come with carbon fiber options, wheels. I think the GT500 is the most aggressive looking, so looks for me is a 4 out of 5. Performance, supercharged, crazy V8, 700 plus horsepower. I think it's 740 or 760, something like that. Again, I'm not the biggest Ford guy, so don't kill me in the comments. But again, performance, still a 4 out of 5. A very, very fast car. Price, they're about 100 to 106 off the lot. Some used I've seen for 80 to 85, so price-wise, I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5. Modability, I don't see many people mod GT500s. I haven't seen a lot of them, maybe because I'm not in the Ford community, but even in car shows, car meets, etc., I don't see a lot of them. So for me, modability, I'm gonna go 2 out of 5. And then sound. supercharged V8. Still has the whine, but it still has that Mustang exhaust. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. But for what it is, your GT500 is an A-tier car. I can't be that much of a hater. Can't be that much of a hater. But now we're getting to a car that I'm just now recognizing and getting into is your Mustang GTD. I was made aware of it around a time on TikTok. Of course, it was trying to battle against Corvette and Porsche and all these track cars and trying to beat a certain time on the Nürburgring and all of these things. And I'm like, what is a Mustang doing on a track like that? Trying to compete with some of these cars that have generations of track time and so forth. But it ended up holding its own, and it competes against your GT3 RSs. It competes against your ZR1s and your Z06s on the track. So you have to give it its respect. Price tag is a little high. I saw one go for $320,000. So price, I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5 because at the end of the day, it's still a supercharged Mustang. It's still a Mustang. You can get a lot of car for $300,000. Performance, 5 out of 5 though. It is still an excellent car. Modability, it is too new to tell. So for that, I really can't grade it, to be quite honest with you. But I have heard the sound, especially on the track, and to me, it sounds a lot better. It doesn't have that raspy Mustang exhaust sound. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. But I will say, I have to be honest, your GTD is a S-tier car. It's groundbreaking for Ford. It is something that other car companies have not been able to accomplish. So shout out to that. It's one of those things, they're in their own realm, they're in their own lane trying to compete, and I gotta respect them for it. Then we have your dark horse, similar to a 5.0. 5.0, just obviously an upgraded year, a little bit of upgrade in the body style, the front end, the rear. Some of the side skirts look a little different. Overall, just the body style changes. But in reality, it didn't make it look better to me. It actually looked worse. I did not like how the dark horse looked so boxy in the front. So for me, looks was 3 out of 5. Performance, I've yet to be beaten by a Mustang. So for me, 3 out of 5. Price, I will give this a 5 out of 5 for it to be a new body style V8. They weren't that expensive. I saw some go for $36,000, $46,000, and $64,000. And yes, I know that's a wide range. Some of them were used and so forth. So price-wise, I'm gonna give it a pretty good go. Modability, I know it wasn't able to be tuned for a long time, even with like Whipples and turbo kits that some of these guys on TikTok had. So for that reason, it's gonna go down to a C-tier car because obviously, I'm not a Mustang guy. And then I decided to add this because it was only a 1-year car, just kind of like a super stock. I wanted to be fair. They came out with this bullet, right? A section or a style of the Mustang V8 that was produced, I believe, 2019, 2020. Don't kill me on that. But your bullet, there was nothing fancy about it other than some graphics, some updated aspects to it. So for me, just because the 5.0 is here, I'm gonna put the bullet as well due to the similarities. I'm not gonna grade it on everything because it is similar to just the regular old 5.0. So you have the S-tier GTD. Will a truck make it? You have your Raptor and Raptor Type R. Some of the Raptors are still V6s, some of the older 2015 to current Raptors are still a regular V8. Some of them have the Coyote motor in it, a motor. And overall, that's really the motors they're gonna send in this. Your Raptor R is supercharged V8, shout out to that. And of course, your F-150 single cab has that 5.0. Some of them are Whippled from factory, depending on the package and so forth. So for me, none of these trucks are out of this world. They don't do too much. They're just slapping a motor into a truck, similar to the TRX. But at least the TRX had a little bit of different body style. Your single cab F-150 still looks like a work truck. So for me, my F-150 single cab is a D-tier car. And I think that's one of the lowest that I've put, but your single cab is what I drove for work. F-150 single cab, 5.0. Your Raptor R, supercharged V8, competes with the TRX, 700 horsepower. A-tier car. A-tier car. I think the Raptor, especially with some of the Baja stuff that they have package-wise, looks crazy. So 4 out of 5. Performance is a 4 out of 5. I have yet to drive one, so it's kind of hard to judge that way. Price, seen them go for 90 to 100, and 2 out of 5. modability, I think they actually come decent from the dealership, especially with some of their suspension and how the stance is on some of the cars. The tires sit out a little bit wider. So to me, it looks a little aggressive, but sound, the V6 Raptors sound terrible. Simply, they test terrible. 1 out of 5. But your V8 Raptors, and I may be wrong, Google may be lying to me, but your V8 Raptors don't sound bad naturally aspirated. It sounds like a Mustang. So I'm gonna give your Raptor a C tier. So Ford guys, if you're watching this, let me know in the comments. If you were at Ford, would you try to introduce another V8 that wasn't in an already made vehicle? And what I mean by that is Mopar has your Jeep Trackhawks and your 392s. They now have the Durango. They have the Charger. They have the Challenger. They're swapping Chrysler 300s and putting Hellcat motors in them. So you have 5 different styles or body styles of cars, and Ford only has 1. And again, to me, Ford doesn't do the Mustang well enough to only serve one type of food, right? Either way, you guys didn't end up with a GTD, at least one vehicle in the S tier category. So tune in tomorrow when we talk about the best American-made V8. Let's go.